Disgusting. You just fell asleep during one of the last times you're ever gonna see your best friend before he goes off to college, and you didn't even have a dream worth telling him about. What are you gonna talk about now, eh, dipstick? What is that? A fully reclined chair? You weren't even trying to hide the fact you fell asleep. This wasn't accidental. This was conscious. And if you weren't so good at controlling your bladder, we'd probably have a cleanup on aisle Chevy right about now. This is deplorable. Come on, you stupid idiot. You gotta think of something. You're just sitting here sweating your balls off while your friendship is hanging by a thread. Think, dummy. Think!
Man, those 5 guys really, they know what they're doing. I said those 5 guys, really know what they're doing.
No, I heard you.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. He either wasn't looking at me or he just let it go that quickly. Man, that really hurts my feelings. Maybe I should let this whole friendship thing fall apart. Oh, this isn't water.
Wait, why'd you get the Sprite then? Do you not like it or something?
You know, no, I don't. Every time I go to a fast food place, I get some soda or a Mountain Dew or some other carbonated garbage, and I think a switch is gonna be flipped up here and I'm gonna like it. Like I'm gonna be an adult or something. You want it?
No, my body would hate me.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Dude, what the hell? What are you doing?
I don't know, I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. You gonna pick that up or what?
Yeah, maybe later. Hey, what did you mean when you said if you drank the Sprite, your body would hate you? Is that like a self-loathing thing or something?
Nah, that stuff just doesn't agree with me, that's all.
Wait, you mean like old people doesn't agree with you? Like eating 2 Twinkies can't metabolize for a week type jazz?
Yeah, unfortunately.
But you're not some old geezer hobbling your way to a Stop and Shop once a week. You're a young buck in your teens who just ordered a burger from 5 Guys.
Dude, we only ordered 1 burger and you're eating it right now.
Leave me alone!
Listen, I don't know what to tell you. It's just genetics, you know?
Wait, how old are you again?
17.
When did your metabolism start to disappear?
I don't know, man, like a couple months ago?
How many months ago? You gotta be specific here, man!
I don't know, June? Wait, why do you have that with you?
You never want to forget the day your life changes forever.
Hey, man, are you sure you're okay? You're really making me nervous. Yo, what the hell? Where are you going?
I can't believe it's finally happening. I'm sweating up a storm and I only had half a burger. It's like my body's experiencing calories for the very first time. I'm finally turning into the adult I've always dreamt of becoming. What's a good way I can use to describe this feeling to others? Oh, I've got it! Puberty, but less sad! I can't believe I'm having this kind of luck. I'm finally catching up! Carter and I have always been kindred spirits, interconnected on a level beyond the tangible, but in a laid-back sort of way. This is just like the time when we were chilling on the couch and we had acid reflux at the same time! It makes sense it took a minute or 2 for me to get even with him. The man is older than me, after all. Besides, this kind of thing is fate. You can't force it. I'm so glad he's not actually here, though. He'd ruin the moment. Man, this is awesome. They never play this kind of stuff on the radio. It's like my whole world is changing. But this begs the question, am I ready to abandon the lifestyle I've chosen to lead? Have I made the most of who I've been? Or is this newfound excitement purely a byproduct of my dissatisfaction with how my life has gone so far? If the latter is the case, does that dissatisfaction actually stem from my surroundings and my reaction to them? Or has this sense of disillusionment overtaken my mental state? To the point where I feel as if I have to drastically change my life as a means of calming these volatile emotions? Well, it's certainly something to think about. Hey, it's Scott here. No. Hey, it's Scott here. No. Yo, what's good? Scotty present. No. Jesus Christ.
Hey. Hello?
Ha!
Scott, is that you? I didn't think you had...
I have a register. You should really try out for choir club or something. They could really utilize you.
Listen, what the hell do you want from me?
Jesus Christ, I was just trying to see if you were okay.
Come on, man. This is exactly the kind of thing I was trying to avoid.
Avoid what? Concern? Listen, I'm not gonna keep entertaining this whole thing if you're gonna act like this.
No. Why'd you call me?
Why do you think I wanted to call you? You literally drove off mid-sentence.
Listen, man, what do you want me to say? I'm sorry. I just really needed to get away from that whole situation.
What situation? You were the one who wanted to hang out.
All right, Mr. Concern, you've got me. You want to know what I've been doing all morning? I'll tell you. I have been trying to perfect my voicemail. So that way, people know that when they're calling me, what they're really contacting is a washed-out shell of a man who's blowing straight past his all-time low and going where no man has gone before.
Dude, you can't just sit around and feel bad for yourself all day. What are you gonna do now?
Well, you know, I think I've realized something about myself. I'm the quintessential overthinker, which means I make a lot of decisions and then I go back on them later in life. So I think I'd like something that would require a minimal amount of effort, but would provide me with a consistent sense of consistency.
I don't know. Maybe get a hobby or something?
Does addiction count as a hobby?
What? No!
I mean, it's an activity.
Not a good one!
Think about it. It's like muscle memory for behavior. And plus, I can't even be held fully responsible for my actions. I don't know about you, but to me it sounds awesome.
What are you talking about? That idea is insane.
Oh, calm your boobies, mister. It's not like I could get the super addictive stuff anyways. And besides, the only thing close to that in this house are Flintstone vitamins.
Listen, you're right. You do need something consistent in your life, but maybe before you do anything crazy,
Figure out what it is you really want to do.
You mean with like my life in general?
Sure. I don't know, just write some ideas down.
What, like a manifesto or something?
Whatever. Yeah, just don't do anything to tie yourself down, okay? Just think of it as a sort of outline to give your life some purpose and structure. God knows you need it.
Well, I'll have you know that a consistent devotion to a lack of structure could be seen as a structure in and of itself.
Nobody says that. And that's not a structure, that's a pattern.
Okay, what do you want from me? First, you're telling me to give my life purpose, and now you're just shooting all my ideas down.
I only said one idea.
Listen, I can't just live my life flying by the seat of my pants hoping that things are gonna turn out all right in the end. Like you said yourself, I need an outline. And I'm gonna write one.
Pathetic. You know, calling him was supposed to make you feel better. And now you're just gonna sit in bed all day and feel sorry for yourself like he did? What'd you even do today? I always do this. I get to the middle of the day, and if I haven't done anything, I feel like I'm wasting my life away. Why do I never make a schedule? I suppose it's a silly question. It's not like I'd ever follow it anyway. I should be wondering why the hell I don't organize anything. Man, I gotta have at least one good idea around here somewhere. Bingo. I've spent so long looking for inspiration when the answer was right in front of me the whole time. I've driven myself mad trying to think of new and original ideas. It's cliche as hell, but maybe the best ideas were the friends I made along the way. And come to think of it, I only have one of those.
Ah, man, how the hell did I get gum on my shoe?
You'll be the perfect protagonist.
Are you good at writing manifestos?
Is this you asking for help?
Maybe.
Then I guess we'll find out. Scott's writing habits were sporadic at best, which makes sense considering how many English assignments he'd have me write in junior high.
Man, how do people get inspired? Do they just look at shit and feel something? Like, what is that, a stapler? I don't feel anything when I look at this.
Thanks to these feelings of creative insecurity, he'd have us change locations every 30 minutes or so. At one point, he ended up locking himself in the bathroom, only communicating through Morse code he'd do by smacking the floor.
Stop saying SOS, you're not in trouble. How do you know?
While his indecisiveness made him a fascinating character study, at times he was near impossible to work with.
Listen, I don't want any punctuation marks there, and that's final!
It's the end of a sentence!
He also accidentally flashed me as he ran to get some leftover shawarma from my fridge. Not any real significance to that event, I just didn't want to die having kept that to myself.
Yo, what the fuck are you—
But aside from all that, in the coming weeks we actually began to form a sort of rapport with one another, and it actually felt like we were starting to become creatively comfortable with each other in a truly harmonious fashion. The key thing to look out for, though, is how I said that all in the past tense.
Hey, yo, I think you locked this accidentally? You're not trying to go solo on me, are you?
I didn't think you'd catch on that quickly.
Come on, you can't be serious. I thought we were really getting on a roll here.
You were always a temporary solution. I resorted to your aid out of desperation, and as a result, I've learned everything you could have ever taught me. Plus, it'd be really hard to fit two guys' life stories on one little tiny book jacket. I'm just trying to be realistic here.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is just like middle school all over again.
And yet, you still haven't learned your lesson. Come back when your common sense skills match the ones you have for writing.
Oh my god, Scott! What the hell are you doing down here?
I hit a roadblock. I had to switch up the scenery a little bit.
How'd you even get in here?
Those basement doors open from the outside, don't they?
What even made you think this was a good idea?
Because of the results I would get! I've never written like this before!
You've never even written before me.
But I found something in it! I found me! At least I think I did! I want to be somebody who doesn't slow down for anybody or anything! Who believes in his own autonomy and volition and believes that the only limitations are the ones we set for ourselves! And not the great consequences.
I was shocked. He had lost all sense of reason, and his mental state was rapidly deteriorating. That was when I knew I had to get things back on track. To be honest, the whole thing felt like a bad omen. He was getting away from me. As the manifesto progressed without me, I began to grow restless. Maybe it was all that time wasted helping Scott, or maybe I was finally reaching creative desperation. But it was at this point that I realized if my story was ever going to see the light of day, it needs some further developments. We had barely even taken the shape of the narrative yet, and I'm expected to have this shit translate to an audience? Now we're hearing about some asswipe spinning himself in circles here. How's about a little energy? Where's the plot? Where's the adrenaline? It was about time we gave the people what they'd want.
Dear Scott, we've read your manifesto so far, and we're extremely impressed with what we've seen. Before you ask how we've seen it, let us remind you that nothing stored online is ever truly private. We're not the CIA, we're not the FBI, we're just a concerned group of admittedly nosy individuals who want you to reach your full potential. And while the manifesto may be great, you have yet to actually execute any of these guidelines into your daily life. After all, true visionaries practice what they preach. Stay motivated, and don't forget to tip your waiters. Sincerely, the future. Don't forget to tip your waiters? They read my life's thesis statement, and all they had to say is, don't forget to tip your waiters.
And now he's screaming. I always knew there was something off about him. I remember when we were little, his parents would say he'd have these fits where he'd bolt outside, uncontrollably flailing his limbs, saying that the bad man inside him was making him do it. I didn't think back on these days often, partly because I was just glad he was doing a lot better.
I don't know what your motives are, but your powers threaten this world's stability. As the space-time continuum enforcer, I cannot allow you to proceed. Behold my true power!
As anti-social as Scott seemed, he had connections. It just so happened that one of these connections was a former priest who had gone rogue from his church after spiking the communion wine with a lethal dose of DMT and some ecstasy found in the basement where they used to teach kids about abstinence. And after discussing his symptoms, we came to the conclusion that Scott was possessed. Whether or not this is actually true is entirely debatable, but at this point, I would take any forward narrative momentum I could get.
Oh, hey, buddy, you're awake. That's good. Pastor John just walked me through the whole process of becoming an ordained minister online. Apparently, the whole process only takes about 5 minutes or so. We'll have you sin-free in no time flat. Don't you worry. Lake Osiris, I bless thee, and I instill your aquatic properties with the power of God. Is this how you make water holy?
Oh, you didn't look it up first!
Well, you know, when I became a minister, I thought that you could just say some godly things about the water and that'd be it, you know?
Oh, what kind of minister are you?
The kind that doesn't know how much surface area is covered in a single blessing, you know, because I don't know if this lake goes out to the ocean or whatever, and I don't really want to be that guy who turned the whole ocean into holy water. So how do you feel?
I feel like I'm tired and wet.
Hey, well, that's a good sign, man. I bet a lot of people feel that way after conventional baptisms.
Baptism? You call that a baptism? Look at what I've become! A born-again Christian? I was supposed to forge my own path in this world. That's what the whole manifesto was about!
You're never gonna be satisfied, are you?
Not if I can help it. You're the one who's been stopping me from achieving my goals, trying to stifle me back in a convention. And I'm gonna do something about it. Answer me this, Father Carter. What's the record for the shortest time between baptism and sin?
Scott, what are you doing at that cross?
I'm gonna contaminate my soul with the blood of the righteous. That is if you hold still. Fine! If I can't sacrifice you in the name of Satan, the least I can do is take you further away from God! Scott! Scott! Open the door!
When I saw Scott bolting over to my car, I didn't know what he was planning. I originally thought it was to deactivate my status as a minister, but in the process he just ended up discovering the burner email I used to send the message that got us here. And I figured he couldn't have been angry at me for pretending to be somebody I wasn't, and deep down I know he probably didn't even believe the message was real in the first place. But suspension of disbelief is one hell of a drug, and I honestly can't blame him for falling for it. We were insufferable teenage assholes trying to find our place in the world, and we treated each other like shit. But when I look back on it from a purely biological standpoint, I guess it makes sense to treat another asshole like shit.
God, that line fucking sucks.
1, 2, 3, 4!街はもう退屈に尻を重ねていっそのこと全員死ねばいいのに